We made it. Another week in the books. Friday it is, okay? So hopefully we still have some beautiful weather. It's going to be a great day today. Real basic workout, guys. Man, what a good Friday. I know a lot of you guys are kind of at that point where you're probably a little exhausted, maybe a little tired. The week's been long, but kept the workout simple. So it's not going to be one of those 6 or 7 movement chippers where you're doing 70, 80 reps and then down. It's a pretty straightforward workout, guys, okay? So again, this is one of those you can kind of mix and match and play with as far as equipment goes, how you choose to do it. But it's going to be real simple. It's going to be 30, 20, 10, 20, 30. So you're just going to go from 30, 20 to 10, up to 20, back to 30. It's kind of an upside down pyramid, if you will. But that's kind of how we're going to flow with this. It's going to be single arm thrusters, followed by, you guessed it, burpees. Now, for burpees, just not going to be something you're willing to do. At this point, you can't deal with any more burpees. Then, of course, find another movement, maybe replace it. But burpees are always easy, especially do at home. I mean, it's one thing that we all walk around with that equipment every day. Okay, so we can handle a burpee no problem. So again, single arm thruster is going to be the only real technical movement. We want to go over some kind of movement patterns and make sure we're doing it correctly. Now it says single arm thruster, which would lead you to think maybe just one bell. But no, we're going to try to shoot for 2. If you have dumbbells, for sure. She's going to get the bells in a rack position. Separate your feet just outside of shoulder width, toes slightly open. You're going to notice that her weight posture stays in the midfoot to heel position. She's going to, as she begins to sink her squat, it's just like a front squat posture. Her hips are going to slide back. Her chin and chest is going to stay nice and vertical. If you'll notice at this point, her hip crease is sunk below the knee. That means her hamstring and glute have now activated. They're ready to explode back up. Now, in the thruster position, it's really important that we don't just separate it completely into a front squat, pause, press. That's a different movement. We're going to come out of the thruster, or out of the front squat, directly into a triple joint extension into the shoulder press, or the single arm press, okay? So it's a natural flow. So as the hip completes its extensions, when you're going to drive that bell up and off the shoulder. So she's going to go down and drive one bell. That's the single arm press we were just talking about. She's going to go down and then switch. Other arm. That's 2. She's going to do it again. She's going to then drive. That's 3. She's going to go down, drive up. That would be 4. She continued doing that until she gets to 30, okay? She sets her bells down. She'll turn to the side here and then knock out 30 burpees. Now, we're not going to put you guys through watching her do 30 burpees, but she would love to do them for you, trust me. But no, we're going to give her a break, but that's what you're going to do. You're going to do 30 burpees. And then she'll go right back to the dumbbells where she'll perform 20 single arm dumbbell thrusters, okay? Again, the one thing I notice a lot about the thruster is not just so much on the extension to the vertical, it's on the way back down. Don't get in a hurry, guys. Complete each rep. Here, she's going to show you real quick what I'm talking about. She's going to complete the rep. Now, a good cue. No, that's a little early, right? She went a little early right there. She probably meant to. You did, didn't you? Yeah. Right? So the cue is going to be the dumbbell touching your shoulder. Okay? So she's going to go down. She's going to drive up and pause. Stop. Now, on the way down, that bell touched her shoulder. That's a great cue to say, now it's time to go back down. Drive. Bell touches the shoulder. Cue, back down. What you'll see a lot of people do is, unfortunately, that right there. They'll belly get right about here, and they go, let's just go ahead. And they'll drop into their next rep before completing the previous rep. May not be a big deal, but it's definitely putting yourself in a position where you could potentially pull yourself forward, and increase the tension in the lower back. These are beautiful functional movements, things we do on a regular basis. In life, you know, you squat down, you pick something up, you put it on top of a refrigerator. There's all kinds of different ways these movements show up, for sure. But again, doing it correctly is the most important part. Not heavy, not super fast, doing it correctly. Okay, so if you don't have bells, you only have a kettlebell or only a single bell, you can also do this with just the one bell. But the way you would do it in the 30 rep cycle, just like the 20, or the 10, is you do half of the reps straight away. So she'd squat and drive up 1. And she'd do all 10, or in this case, if it's just the 30 reps, she'd do 15 on one side. She'd switch and press. She'd switch, or not switch, but she'd press. All right, so I'm going to take that bell from her. Now, one thing you notice that Jen did, she had her arm out to her side here. That's one way you'll see a lot of people do it. I have a tendency to find it's a little easier sometimes to keep the bell nice and tight. There's a little V-shaped position that the bell sits really close to your body, so that when you're squatting, you can then come up, drive the bell straight overhead. This isn't bad as long as you don't let that bell pull your arm in a weird position, right? So you have to be really careful with that. This is fine as long as you can control it. This right here is going to keep that accidental transition from happening if you keep it nice and close to your body, okay? But again, totally up to you guys what you'd rather do. Simple workout, 30, 20, 10, back up, 20, and 30. Now, for some of you guys, that rep scheme may be a little much. If that's the case, then what you're going to do is 5 sets, got this, 5 sets of 10 reps. 5 sets of 10 reps. And that's going to cut your reps back to just 50 total reps. That's 5 thrusters on the right side, 5 thrusters on the left side, 10 burpees. 5 thrusters on the left, 5 thrusters on the right, 10 burpees. You go through that 5 rounds. If you still have gas in the tank, try to knock out 2 or 3 more rounds. See how that goes for you. But that's a really good modified rep scheme. If you find that the 30, 20, 10, 20, 30 is just a bit too much, you can modify it that way, okay? But again, real basic workout. Hopefully you guys can all knock that out. We look forward to seeing your scores. And any feedback that you have, we'd love to hear it, okay? Heading into the weekend, guys, be blessed, be safe. And again, any questions, thoughts, or comments you care to give us, we'd love to hear it, okay? We'll try our very best to answer them as quickly as we can. You guys be blessed. We love you guys, and keep up the great work. We love seeing you.